Today I'm going to show you how to gain 10 horsepower at the wheels on your VW. And it's going to cost about $1 per horsepower, but that's a pretty good deal and definitely worth it. I'm just kidding. We're cleaning the mass airflow sensor again. But it says, proven to gain 4 to 10 horsepower at the wheels. So, here's the mass airflow sensor. We're going to have to take this clamp off so we can use our special pliers again. And let's check our maintenance records here. So I've already replaced the mass airflow sensor 9/4/2023, and then it started failing again, and I got that one warranted 3/13/2024. so we've already replaced the mass airflow sensor twice. I did fix all the vacuum leaks that I could find. We went through and replaced all these hoses, replaced the PCV breather hose, sealed it up here, so we shouldn't have any more vacuum leaks. So when the original mass airflow sensor failed, I was at the store down the road and I came out and it wouldn't start. So I pulled the codes because I keep the code scanner in the glove box, and it was a mass airflow sensor. And I learned that you can just unplug this, and as soon as I did that, my car started again and I was able to drive it home. And what it's doing is it's just running really rich and wasting a lot of gas. But if your mass airflow sensor fails and you unplug it, it'll probably go back to running. So you can go a couple of weeks and it'll be fine. It'll start perfect every time. 500 miles, 800 miles, and then all of a sudden you'll come out and it won't start. You'll have to pump the gas. And then you can go another 300 miles and it'll be fine, and you won't have to pump the gas. It'll start every time. So it's really weird. And then I bought the can of mass airflow cleaner, and as soon as I did, it ran fine. So I haven't actually used it yet, but we're going to use it today, and we're going to clean the mass airflow sensor to hopefully prolong the life of it. So I've got a couple theories on why I could be going through mass airflow sensors, and I'm just making stuff up now. But I might have a PCV valve issue with the positive crankcase ventilation. Now the problem is I can't find a PCV valve for this particular car. So it's a 1 year sort of only car, because in 2002 they were making 12 valve VR6s. This is a 24 valve. And then in 2004 they started making the GLIs with the 4-cylinder. So it's a 1 year car, and all the parts sites that I use, Rock Auto, and even the European sites like ECS Tuning, nobody has the PCV valve, which should be down in here. But if that's not working and we're blowing too much crankcase pressure up into these hoses, and then it's recirculating back into the intake, and it could be fouling our mass airflow sensor and getting it all oily. So that's why we're going to go ahead and clean it off with our horsepower gaining mass airflow cleaner. So we get to use our special hose clamp pliers. I've never used them on the intake before. I've only done coolant stuff. But these are the biggest clamps you'll have to use it on. And I got the right size. So I should be able to do it one-handed now. And we can just leave that there. No more struggling with the channel locks. I don't know if I can unplug this with one hand now. So I wanted to wipe my finger inside here to see if there was any oil residue or something, but I don't really feel anything. So it says to spray the mass airflow sensor 10 to 15 times. Don't make contact with anything with the little red nozzle there. Shake the can up a little. Five, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. And we'll go a couple extra more to make more horsepower. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So the instructions say to clean your mass airflow sensor every time you replace your air filter. So now you just have to let it dry before you use it again. So we'll leave it in the sun for a minute and then put it back together. So here's the proof that I got the expensive mass airflow sensor made in Germany. So the original one, when I replaced that, I just got the sensor and I was still using the factory VW housing. And then when I warrantied that sensor, they couldn't get the replacement or something for some reason. So they gave me the more expensive housing and sensor combined, and these are both Bosch parts. You can't blame this one on cheap Chinese parts, because I had to replace it twice. And every time I replace the mass airflow sensor, it runs really good for a few months. Grab our fancy pliers, get that in the right spot. Plug the sensor back in. Alright, so I got my mass airflow sensor reinstalled, and now my car is 10 horsepower faster. But really I just did it because I want my car to start every time I turn the key. Crazy idea, but maybe one day it'll happen. Anytime a car project goes quick and easy and I didn't get hurt, I feel like I'm forgetting something and I have to really do a walk around here. Is there any opportunity for me to get hurt? No? I think we're done for today. So I cleaned the mass airflow sensor off last night and see, there goes the alarm again. I cold started it and drove it to the store, and I come up with crazy theories about why my car won't start. And sometimes I think it has to do with the magnetic forces at this particular grocery store.